Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of Thought number 1644. Today, I've been coming to you every morning for morsels of a thought of hopefully wisdom that tell you the right things to do for yourselves. And when you do them, the actions are those of virtue. So let's see now. Where are we? I think we're in Not Your Mother's Rules, and we are reading topics that I have chosen ahead. And I didn't put oh, here. Okay. We're choosing topics of confidence. Now, you have to do whatever you want until you know what the rules are and understand them and really want to do them. We usually haven't done the rules until we've been hurt by a romantic relationship breakup. And Ellen Fein and Sherrie Schneider are the authors of the original rules. They're not called the original rules. They're called all the rules, or they're called the rules. Time-tested secrets for making your time-tested secrets for capturing the heart of Mr. Right. And then in the rules for marriage, it's time-tested secrets for making your marriage work. And I hope the books don't fall apart on me. Ay, ay, ay. And there are, okay, let me see, the rules for marriage. Oh, no, not this one. The rules handbook by Ellen Fein and Sherrie Schneider, a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships. There's so many books of the rules. The rules were a cultural phenomenon that occurred in the 1990s because this book was published in 1995. This book was published in 2014, and this book was published in 2023. So we had my birthday in 2023. I was so thrilled that their publication date happened to be on the birthday of mine. And really, I liked it because I've always liked the rules. Why? Because I was hurt by a man, and we should never have man pain. In the original rules, it says we should never have man pain. And we don't say fake it till you make it. We just find the confidence and let it shine through. And in the new book, the newest book, the rules, the hand, the hand, the rules handbook, a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships. The authors say that we have our higher selves and our lower selves. Now, our lower selves are like the id from who said that? Freud? Id, ego, and superego. The id is the part of us that just wants to do anything and needs to be satisfied. It's the pleasure center of our body or mind. Um, then the ego, which is ourselves, and then the superego, which is the higher self. Now, when we operate from the superego, people respect us. They look up to us. When we operate from the id and it's obvious we're operating from the id, people look down on us. Well, they don't look down on us. They just, let people be, you know. The American way is everybody operated from the id and the ego. We didn't particularly talk to the superego except in corporate settings. And let me just stop talking and rambling. Okay, so in chapter 4 of Not Your Mother's Rules, the new secrets for dating, we say we, not we, but the authors, Ellen Fein and Sherrie Schneider, say do whatever you want until you are ready to do the rules. Now, are you okay when a guy you hook up with never texts you again? Do you think being asked out last minute is fun and spontaneous as opposed to insulting? Do you ask guys to hang out and just shrug when they say no? Do you continue dating a guy who says he is, quote, not looking for anything serious, end quote, and who sees other women? When your mother or friends suggest the rules, do you say, I have an MBA, no one's going to tell me what to do? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then keep doing what you are doing. This book may or may not be for you, or at least not yet. All we can say is have fun breaking the rules while it lasts. Stalk a guy, write on his wall every day. Fly to his city, text him at 2 a.m., and tell him how much you like him. Have the time of your life. Be bold, outrageous, and sassy. Act crazy and carefree. Let's face it, most college girls don't want any rules, much less dating rules. They want to do whatever they feel like. They are not thinking ring, wedding, marriage, and children. So why should they give up short-term fun for long-term anything? They may not even have any future plans yet. At this point in their lives, they just want to study and party and hopefully graduate. They want to experiment with sex and possibly with drinking and drugs. They are not looking for anything serious. They want to be silly and flirt with whoever catches their eye instead of waiting for the guy who notices them first and makes the first move. They are not looking for husband material. They want the option of going on booty calls when their hormones are raging. They want to run with their feelings instead of being discreet. Why follow a boring set of rules when you are young and have the rest of your life to do that? Why not have fun now and figure things out later? We totally get it. The rules are simply not for women who just want to have fun. They are for women who get hurt and depressed when a relationship doesn't work out. So that's what I was talking about. In Morsels of a Thought, I try to bring up wisdom, morsels of a thought of wisdom. And when I do that, I try to give you a good I try to impart to you some kind of information or education that will give you something um, of wisdom, knowing the right thing to do for your day. And when you do the right thing in your day, you have committed acts of virtue. And when we have acts of virtue, the world becomes a better place. So I'm trying to make this whole spherical globe be a good place. We have lots of bad things going on, but do the right thing for yourself, and you'll be fine. 1644, 1,644 days I have come to you. We totally get it. The rules are simply not for women who just want to have fun. The authors are Ellen Fein and Sherrie Schneider in Not Your Mother's Rules, The New Secrets for Dating, now with their daughters too. The rules are for women who get hurt and depressed when a relationship doesn't work out. They are for women who call their best friends, therapists, psychics, or us, which are the authors, when they don't know how to get a guy to commit. They do not find random hookups fulfilling anymore. They want a loving, lasting relationship. If you don't feel this way yet, then definitely burn the candle at both ends. Text guys all night or hop on a plane to meet an online guy you just friended on Facebook or whose profile you just clicked on. We frequently get emails and Facebook messages from women who feel their sister or friend could really use the rules. They write, she took back a guy who cheated on her. She really needs the rules. Or she's 30 and been dating this guy for 6 years and he still hasn't proposed. She needs to wrap it up already. May it be true. Or my coworker is in love with a married man with kids, and I don't think he is leaving his wife anytime soon, and I can't get through to her. I wish you would do your rules. Or we get emails from worried mothers saying, my daughter is always chasing guys and getting hurt. I'm worried about her getting a reputation. Can you help her? We get emails from women reading gossip blogs or tabloid magazines and who write, I can't believe so and so actress visited him on every movie set and moved in with him. No wonder he thought she was clingy and dumped her. She needs the rules. We even have rules fans on Facebook who feel that the book should be handed out at birth or at puberty or at least taught in sex education in high school. Of course, we understand how they feel. It's frustrating to watch a friend or family member or beloved actress screw up her life when there is a better way to date, but we tell them what we are telling you here. The rules are for women who want them, not for women who need them. There's a difference. Women who want them are people like possibly you and definitely me who know about the rules, who believe that they can help and who can understand the philosophy behind it. The philosophy behind it is that biologically women are different from men. Biologically, technology hasn't changed anything about the chase. Biologically, men are the aggressor. Biologically, men want to chase the woman and feel like he's got a touchdown when he's pinned her down for a date. And the woman is constantly happy and busy and moving around in motion, has her activities all planned for herself, doesn't rely on a guy for her social calendar, and even married women, the rules for marriage, married women have another way of behaving with men, but it's always that the woman is easy to be with once he pins her down. Once he has to catch her attention, once he has to reach her for a date, once she has to play hard to get. Playing hard to get, and the authors say, playing hard to get and dating with boundaries and self esteem are not easy to do, and no one is going to do it until they have been burned badly and hit rock bottom. It's not necessarily the case. You don't necessarily have to hit rock bottom to know that you're floating on top. Um, Here's a yingism, which is you don't have to feel the bullet to know that you dodged one. That's yin yang, Pei Ying, Mary Yang Wu saying it now. That is a me saying. You don't have to feel the bullet to know that you dodged one. So you don't, I say that. But in the author's experience, the rules are for women who want them, not for women who need them. Playing hard to get with and dating with boundaries and self esteem are not easy to do, that's for sure. And no one is going to do it until they have been burned badly and hit rock bottom. It's all the women that they meet. All the women that these authors meet are the ones that have hit rock bottom and want to come back up. That's like I did. It is. It is like I did. When women buy our book or get in touch with us for consultations, it's not because they arbitrarily woke up one day and decided, I think I want to be a rules girl. It's not because they have nothing better to do. It's because they just got hurt by yet another guy in yet another going nowhere relationship and desperately want to change their MO, modus operandi, way of doing things. They have endured years of pain and suffering and humiliation, and this last relationship is the final straw. The boyfriend cheated again, or the guy they dated for 5 years never proposed, or the married man didn't leave his wife, and they just can't take it anymore. They're tired of waiting or stalking or having fantasy relationships. They're tired of instant gratification with nothing to show for it. They're tired of being dateless to their cousin's wedding. They're tired of being dumped. In some cases, a woman will contact us because she just met Mr. Right and doesn't want to blow it. After years of breaking rules and settling for random hookups, she finally meets a cute guy, and after one kiss, she has an aha moment. She realizes that she does want a healthy, long relationship, not just a lot of texting and sex. She doesn't want to mess it up by coming on too strong. What are you doing tonight? I have 2 tickets to a concert. That's coming on strong. Or being needy. When will I see you again? She thinks, whoa, I don't want to lose this guy. I need a plan. When a woman is at this point, when she wants to stop her self destructive dating habits, she is ready for the rules. Nobody can tell you to do the rules. You got to want to do them for yourself. Naturally, we understand, the authors keep telling you this, we understand that some younger girls reading this book might have a hard time following it. They are in an environment where their kids have frat guys on speed dial and everyone is getting drunk and going on booty calls, not ending dates first. They're still figuring things out and finding themselves. Try to tell your typical college sophomore to have, quote, one drink and, quote, wait until she is in a committed relationship to have sex, or, quote, rarely write on a guy's wall, and see how far you get. We have spoken at colleges and at seminars where young women have complained that it's hard to do the rules when everyone they know is texting guys nonstop and hooking up. Ah, we're reading Not Your Mother's Rules, The New Secrets for Dating, and With Their Daughters Too by Fein and Sherrie Schneider, the New York Times best-selling authors of The Rules, Time-Tested Secrets for Capturing the Heart of Mr. Right, The Rules for Marriage, Time-Tested Secrets for Making Your Marriage Work, The Rules Handbook, A Guide to Creating Loving and Lasting Relationships, the rules for online dating. There are more rules book. Where are they? They're down here somewhere. Anyway, oh, and there's a rules journal, um, so that you can write down what happens. Okay, here you are. But the truth is, the authors say, but the truth is, you can still be a rules girl regardless of your circumstances or environment. I can tell you something. I actually had been in a really bad financial situation, not dating, not able to date, but I was still a rules girl inside and I still never compromised myself and I still stayed busy and happy and I still radiated happiness to the universe and I was still being said to, people said to me, girl, with that car, I'd be doing some whatever did I say? They said, I'd be making some money if I was you. And I'm like, no, 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 no. My car ain't for people. I don't do favors. Mm-mm-mm. That's what I would say. That's the neighborhood I was in. I live in a big city. Come on. Okay. All right. You may not want to get married at 19, say the authors, but you might want to be in a loving relationship. Let me see. Let me see. What happened? I read that once here. Oh, okay. Hey, hey, hey. I need to read this part. Did I read this? No. Okay. Yeah, I did. You might want to be in a loving relationship in which the guy is crazy about you. The rules give you the upper hand. You have control. You don't get hurt. Now, wouldn't that be nice? College girls are not the only rebellious ones. We hear from women in their 20s who are into self discovery and following their hearts, not into thinking hard and abiding by a boring set of dating do's and don'ts. They feel that the rules are not fun or that they are not ready to do them now, maybe in 5 years. We get it. We also have clients in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who are just out of a long relationship or an unhappy marriage. They have not been on a date with a new guy in years. They call us to find out what the rules answer is to their situation, but then they are not ready to follow through. They crave recklessness. They want to act like adolescents and have 3 hour text fests and 8 hour first dates and even a few one night stands. We had one client who was determined to sow her wild oats after being married to a workaholic husband who never wanted sex. After emailing a cute guy she met online, she decided to instant message him at 2 a.m. and thought it would be, quote, an adventure to drive an hour away to meet him at his place that weekend. They slept together and she stayed with him for 3 days. She said she didn't care if she never heard from him again because she just wanted to have fun and make up for lost time. She heard from him sporadically over a period of 3 months, only when he wanted her to drive to his place. There were no romantic dinners or loving emails. After he ended the relationship by text, she was crushed. She realized that even when you tell yourself it's okay if it's just sex, it isn't. It usually isn't. Women want more. So now she is doing the rules and loving it. We have some intellectual type clients who argue that the rules are disingenuous. They want to, quote, write their own rules, end quote, and, quote, let their spirit move them, end quote, to email or text a guy or sleep with him. We tell them that this philosophy sounds good, but to call us after they get hurt and or meet the guy they really want to settle down with, and they usually do. They usually do. They call. The authors the authors charge $350 an hour, and that's oh, what is that? That's almost $5 a minute. No, it's more than it's $6 a minute, basically. Sometimes they do the rules by accident because they didn't really think they liked the guy and call us triumphantly to say, I didn't do the rules and we're engaged. But we explained that just because it was by accident doesn't mean it's not the rules. It's kind of like losing 10 pounds without really trying because you had a stomach flu. No matter what your age, whether you are a single college freshman or a divorced 45-year-old, the rules are for you if you are tired of making mistakes with men and getting hurt or dumped. The rules are for you if you want to be in a healthy, loving relationship with a boyfriend and or future husband as opposed to one night stands and instant message marathons. Doing so when doing quote when whatever you want stops working, you'll think about doing the rules. Until then, go wild. It's kind of like, oh, okay. All right. What I was trying to do was find the ones about confidence, and I think I may have found only the ones that were about not doing the rules. So if you haven't done the rules before, this is the philosophy for you. Women, um, it's excruciating to wait for a guy to call. You're sitting there going, I wish he'd call already. And I'm sitting by the phone or a mobile phone. It's like, wait. Well, go to your friend and tell her, I want to call him. What do I say? Well, spend 2 hours with the friend on the phone and call your friends, more than one of your girlfriends, but don't call the guy. Do whatever it takes. Wash your hair, walk the dog, do your dishes, sharpen a pencil, do something else, and then keep waiting. And if the guy doesn't call, well, there's something called next. And with next, it means we've had episodes where we talked about how to deal with rejection, how to just take the next 2 days to cry if you want, wipe away a tear, and then go on your next social media network and find a singles event. Do something. Um, I just recently started going to a sort of a meetup. There was something called meetup. I think it was based in New York, and people would meet up for different activities. But the most effective ones that the authors talk about are singles events. You look for singles events in your area, and with women, it's not that hard. You just put a pretty picture of yourself, a smiling photo, and a few words. Men don't go by words, men go by pictures. And so don't overdo it. Just put in 2 or 3 photos. That's enough. No more than that, and maybe a full length shot. I don't know this. I'm not an expert, but there are rules groups. The rules telephone support group is on Tuesdays and Sundays at Pacific time, 6 p.m. o'clock at night. So Eastern time, it would be 9 o'clock. And there is a site called the Rules Support Group and Advice for Dating and Real Life, run by Shannon Paulus on Facebook. Try to join it. Make sure that you are interested in a book, that you want to read a book, and you take a title and name the title in your um, greeting questions and try to get into that group because it's a very good one. And women who have very little experience with dating or dating by the rules, right in there all the time. All right, so I'll talk to you again later. Confidence always looks good. More confidence there. You just go, Next. Okay. Talk to you later. Old Kinderhook.